Hello everybody and welcome back to 5 Minute Crypto, the channel where we cover the most important crypto news in just 5 minutes. And today we have yet another crazy informative episode, and if you guys are enjoying them, make sure you support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing, cause we have no advertisements. Michael Novogratz thinks Bitcoin price would be much higher if it was easier to buy. Now, I think this is something that most of us will be able to relate to. The first time buying and getting into Bitcoin is quite difficult because you have to think about what type of wallet, what type of exchange, is it safe, what do you do next, can you keep it on there, what do you have to do? And I think that if this was all explained to masses in a simpler way, or really these hurdles were less severe, I do think many more people would be able to buy Bitcoin, or would maybe try to buy Bitcoin at least, and in the end that would also most likely get the price up a little bit. Now, how far up the price would go, because if these hurdles were taken away, I do not really know, because realistically speaking, anybody who wants to buy Bitcoin can buy Bitcoin. It's really just people who are not that eager to buy it will most likely now be like, you know what, I'm gonna buy a little bit. Same for stocks in Europe. In America, I think you have Robinhood, which a lot of people use to buy, quick, simple, cheap stocks and whatnot. But in Europe, there's less of these alternatives, which are really, really known. And I've noticed amongst peers that it's also sometimes a hurdle to get themselves into stocks. And I don't think the prices would really go up if people were to get into it now. But it would certainly help with the general, populations is investing in Europe, at least what I've seen. Bitcoin consolidates, but a major price movement is underway. Bitcoin is contained with a narrow trading range between 85 and 10K. A spike in volume may allow the pioneer crypto to break out if there's no trade zone. And while many factors indicate that Bitcoin is on the cusp of a full-blown bull market, on-chain metrics suggest that a bearish impulse could come first. Institutions are buying massive amounts of Bitcoin via Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. Grayscale Investments LLC recently reported exorbitant demand from institutional investors looking to gain exposure to Bitcoin. Appetite for Bitcoin has grown after the halving, especially from institutional players. Bitcoin miners are unable to proceed or produce enough coins to meet demand from Grayscale customers alone. And with the economic crisis lurking, this may be just the beginning of the institutional adoption of Bitcoin. And that actually has a little bit to do with this article as well, which says, printing dollars could be good for Bitcoin, but not why you think. Two venture capitalists make case for Bitcoin regardless of whether monetary expansion leads to inflation. John Pfeffer and Mark Yusko appeared on the Hash It Out webinar series to discuss monetary expansion. Pfeffer believes inflation would hit countries that can't print their own currencies, but would actually remain quite low in the US. Yusko said financial assets like stocks would be devalued over time, thereby making Bitcoin an attractive hedge, which has a lot to do with what we just read here about institutional investors hopping on. Engines' new Minecraft plugin lets players spawn blockchain assets. Minecraft, one of the world's most popular video games, has a new plugin enabling players to place blockchain assets directly into their servers, which is something quite crazy, but yes, it is now possible. I guess if you know how plugins work, you know how that goes. Goldman Sachs does not recommend buying Bitcoin for fear of losing business by the Cardano founder. Charles Hoskinson, the Cardano founder, has commented on Goldman Sachs' recent conference call with its investment clients and offered an explanation as to why the bank keeps slamming Bitcoin. So yes, a couple of days ago, they said that, Bitcoin is not that good, silver is not that good. And Charles says that what they're really saying is, please don't buy the stuff that puts us out of business. We are disintermediated and lose control. Grayscale's buying more Bitcoin than there is mined. What are you smoking? Winklevoss pans Goldman Sachs Bitcoin bashing. And again, this is just a little bit of a repetition of what I just said here. Grayscale, Goldman Sachs here went very, very heavy towards Bitcoin, saying that it's stupid, you shouldn't invest into it, basically. But with cookie cutter arguments, saying that, they really didn't have that many good arguments at all, actually. They just said, don't buy it, basically. It's just crap, to kind of summarize it. And now a lot of the big players in crypto are like, why? Give us some good reason. And Charles is one of the guys who said, they're just scared or afraid of it. IDO rolls out Visa-enabled crypto debit card for users in the UK and Europe. Pretty damn cool. Cryptocurrencies make a solid comeback in India despite a hostile environment. So yes, Indian investors are back in the crypto game, and how? There has been a sharp increase in trading volumes on crypto exchanges in India since March 5th, when India's Supreme Court quashed a Reserve Bank of India (RBI) circular that barred banks and other financial entities from providing services to virtual currency dealings. Google Cloud gets involved with Theta Network as its 2.0 mainnet launches. Theta has brought Google Cloud on board as a node operator and cloud service provider. Not important, not cool, but I guess it's maybe sometimes interesting. Google Cloud will support Theta Network's streaming video service as an infrastructure provider, and Theta aims to provide or improve content delivery through its peer-to-peer streaming platform. And last but not least, $103 million bailout denied to or for CV hit firms in Switzerland Crypto Valley. Crypto companies hard hit by the economic impact of COVID-19 have had a plea for 100 million Swiss franc, $103 million, bailout rejected by the Switzerland government. So yes, they're not getting their bailout. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys again in another 5-minute crypto video.